Hey, Jayli speaking.
Hi, it's Howard J. Foster from Camden Town Radio calling.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, good, thank you. It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you, it's good to be here.
Great. I believe you're a DJ and producer, is that right?
Yes, I'm a DJ and I produce tropical house music.
All right, great. Do you want to give us a bit of background as to how you started out in music?
I was in a band back when I was 19 with, I don't know if anyone knows it, it's a band called MO Music. We were called Duchess at the time, and they have a single called Bad Vibes out.
All right.
And a few more. They're pretty successful.
Yes.
And I was in a band with them, and then I was always the one behind the mixing desk, kind of like making sure our sound was perfect when we were singing out and dancing live. We were on tour with N-Dubs and Ed Sheeran, etc. And then when we disbanded, we decided to go our separate ways. I kind of fell into DJing, but it started because I was singing on DJ's tracks.
Yeah.
But it was really finding the sound that I loved, and I think it all came to me when I was living in Australia and I heard Kygo's music, and it was just so uplifting and melodic and beautiful, but still house music. So I definitely wanted to make my sound around that. I enjoyed playing it, I enjoyed making it. So it was exactly what it was. I think it's just a development phase that took the time to really grab my niche and to make sure it was the right angle that I was going down.
Yes. So you feel you found your niche now as a DJ and producer?
Yeah, I do.
Yes. I mean, do you enjoy both equally, DJ and producer, or?
It depends how tired I am.
Yes.
Sometimes when I'm on tour and you're like, I was just in Italy on Friday and then, at Italy on Saturday for Red Bull event, and then on the Friday beforehand, I was back in London gigging. And then I was in New York on the Wednesday. So it's literally, you're all over the place, and it gets a bit tiring. And sometimes it's nice to be in the lab making music because you get to focus on that element. But it is difficult when you are up and coming and you still have to earn money. So it's kind of like you earn your way. You earn your way by doing the gigs and still trying to get into the studio as much as possible and make music.
Yes, no, that makes sense. Well, certainly as a DJ, you can get to travel as much as you like, really.
Yeah, and I'm so grateful for it because that's one of the reasons why I could never sit still at school even. So it was something that I was bound to probably fall into.
Yes. Now, in terms of location, I can detect a hint of Australian accent there you picked up.
Oh, I'm actually not Australian. I'm half Canadian.
Oh, okay, originally, yes.
Yes. So a lot of people think I'm either South African or Australian. But yeah, I am half Canadian.
Ah, right.
And yeah,
were you born in Canada or?
No, but I have a Canadian birth certificate, but I am from the UK. I'm from London. It's just a very transatlantic accent. And when I actually do meet people who are half Canadian like me, they sound exactly the same. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not alone in this world. Because it is, I'm quite well spoken as a Londoner, but I'm still I have a twang.
Yes, you can detect certain Canadian words like out and house and things like that.
House.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, no, that sounds great. Now, in terms of collaborations with other artists, do you? I've noticed. Well, actually, do you want to take us through some of the artists that you have worked with?
Yeah. Okay. So I do a lot of stuff abroad in Croatia and loads of places, really, all over the world. And you kind of fall into opening up for acts like David Guetta, Mark Ronson, Axwell, to name but a few. And I'm just, it's been a brilliant opportunity to be able to open for some artists. I'm part of Head Candy as well at the moment. Head Candy was an old school brand back in the day, and we go on tour with some incredible acts like Stonebridge, and it's just it's really beautiful to work with such profession, and they look at us and go, oh wow, you are where we were all those years ago, and to feel we're in the same position as them, and have the opportunity to work with people, and they give you advice along the way, and I really am so grateful for that. And I think I remember David Guetta, he came running over to me being like, what is this music you're playing? And I was playing some Brazilian house music. Yeah. And then a few weeks later, he made a remix of the song I was playing.
Oh, right.
I should have got royalties, but I didn't. But, I felt like I was a little part of his creative direction when he came out with that remix.
Yeah.
So, it's quite nice and inspirational when people are doing being inspired by the work that you're playing.
Yes, and you've collaborated with Mark Ronson as well, is that right?
Yeah, Mark is just incredible. He asked me about my age, and then he was like, "Oh, okay, like, don't worry, I was really, really old when I broke through," and he broke through with Amy Winehouse. And,
that's right.
Yeah, he was telling me about that story, and it was really, it's quite a personal thing, because you're backstage with them, you're in the green room, or they're talking to you while you are playing out, because it's quite a networking thing, DJing, you know, you're surrounded by friends and family, and that's exactly the position I'm in when I meet these acts and I'm opening and closing to them. And you want to do them a good job. You want to make sure you get the crowd warmed up for their shows, and hopefully, I mean, I'd look out for that for when I'm playing and somebody's supporting me. So it's just, it's been a blessing.
I hope you reminded Mark that you're not meant to ask a woman at her age.
Actually, no, I didn't, and I should have.
Yes.
But hey. It's Mark Ronson, what can you say, you know?
Yes, that's right. Well, if he's listening, hopefully he'll take notes.
Yeah, hopefully. Your directional tips of dating.
Yes. All right, great. Well, thanks for giving us some background there. So, do you want to bring us to the present day and what you've been up to in the last few months, really?
Yes, so I've been working on some remakes. You can go and catch them on soundcloud.com/Jayli Music.
Yeah.
There's some tropical remakes I make. Beforehand, I was actually creating some trap music, so you'll notice some like harder hitting trap music on there. And I also have a show called Jagged Jungle.
Oh, right.
And Jagged Jungle is tropical house infused with tribal house, and it's a show I put on, an hour show on Apple Podcasts, so you can go check that out, because it's all my favorite tracks rolled into one, and I also have the Spotify playlist on there as well. And I started creating tracks, and Who I Am with Amy Carmen.
Yes.
It's a cover of Iris Goo Goo Dolls. I noticed it was one of the most streamed songs on Spotify, and no one had done a happy tropical version of it, and I wanted to be that person.
Yes.
So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I vocaled it first, and then I found Amy, and then Amy was like, I'd love to jump on it. So she jumped on the record, and then we made Who I Am. And I hope you love it.
Yes, well, we've been sent that track. We've been listening to that, and we like what we hear. So
great. I'm so glad. You love it. It's a very happy song, and it makes people want to be on holiday with a cocktail in their hand, and that's the whole point.
Yes, well, no, we're happy to play it on the show, certainly.
Fab.
Great. Now, in terms of working with artists, do you write songs along with the artists, or work on their songs? How does that part work?
When I work with artists, it differs, because sometimes you send them a track with no vocals on it and they'll do it, or sometimes you'll run down to the studio and then you'll kind of co-write with them.
Yeah.
Because I have in mind what I would like on the record.
Yes.
I work with a girl from LA, and me and her, she'll send me it, and then I'll put it in and go, can you do this? Can you do that in a note? And then she'll do that and add some elements of something else as well.
Yes. So
there's ways of working with singers and songwriters and producers all over, and also remixing tracks. A lot of producers come to me and go, can you remix this?
Yes.
And vice versa. So, you know, it's like we're all helping each other out here, and I believe there's room for everyone in this world. So even if one day you don't feel more ahead than the other, you know, it comes and goes.
Yeah.
So there's room for everyone in this world, and you can always help someone out. So
absolutely,
that's kind of my motto when working with artists. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm from North London. I grew up in Highgate, so right around the corner.
Not far away. Yes.
Exactly. So it's kind of like, yes, it's so lovely to be part of a radio station that is like from my hometown.
Yeah, well, no, it's great. It's great to have you on the show. Were you a regular visitor to Camden Town in your youth?
Yes. I mean, I went there all the time when I was younger. Camden Town.
Yeah. Oh, we'd be interested to hear some one or two stories. If you've got some good stories of.
Do I have any stories of Camden? No, just like going down with my dad and my mum and thinking it was a completely different world to any other city I'd been in, and it was right on my doorstep.
Yeah.
Which is incredible, and I love that you have the canals, but you have the really cool bars, and then you have the fashion. They hit fashion before anyone else touched on it, and they have every kind of generation of fashion in Camden, and I think that's awesome, because I don't know any other place like that.
Yeah, you're right. You can be walking down the street and see, well, any type of fashion, really. You're right. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it doesn't even faze anyone. That's the funny thing.
I think you're right. I've heard people say, you know, there can be whatever they're wearing in Camden, nobody's going to think it's unusual or, you know.
Yeah.
It's well, not only different fashions but different music, and yeah, well, we certainly love covering shows and events. I mean, we do go outside of Camden Town as well, but
yeah.
You know, we do lots. Obviously, our main focus is Camden Town and what's on there. Which brings me on to, have you done gigs in Camden Town?
I played at Cuckoo Club.
Oh, right.
Cuckoo, not Cuckoo Club, Coco's.
Coco, yes.
I played at Coco's a while ago when I was actually in my band.
Ah, right, okay, yes.
I haven't done any DJ gigs there.
Right, well, maybe
because I'm pretty much more central or Kensington or Shoreditch way.
Oh, right. Okay.
I haven't done Camden yet. So if you hear of anything and they would like a tropical house DJ, please think of me.
Well, yes, there certainly are venues that do DJing in Camden. I mean, the Electric Ballroom springs to mind.
There you go, yeah.
Also, the Dublin Castle, Camden Town, does have... They've got some decks in there, and they do... I mean, obviously they have a lot of bands on, but they do have DJ nights, and sometimes they'll have a band on and then a DJ afterwards. So, could go down well there.
Awesome.
So, yeah, there's a few...
Giving me ideas. Great.
Definitely a few... I mean, the Jazz Cafe as well comes to mind, because they also have DJ nights in there. So, yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Wow.
Oh, yeah. In terms of styles, I mean, you touched on a few remixes that you've done there. What sort of styles do you have? Certain styles you tend to remix in, or a variety of styles?
It's okay, because obviously I do Head Candy. They love their disco, and I love disco. That's what my mum brought me up on.
Ah, right.
So I felt like new disco and new disco is like I love that music. I love melodic house. Anything with melody, a good vocal, but still on the housey side of things.
Yeah. Yes. That's,
you know, that consistent kick throughout a track. It's very contagious. I love Purple Disco Machine. He's awesome. He has like a very rhythmic bass through all his tunes, and he does remakes of tunes all the time.
Yeah.
So he did Praise You from Fatboy Slim,
and
he did Body Funk, an old disco tune from back in the day. And I don't think it's hit mainstream yet, but as a DJ, every DJ knows him to be top notch, the best of the best for like making good music at the moment.
Yes, absolutely, yes, that's great. Now,
so I would suppose, he's quite inspirational, and the music that he does, it kind of inspires me to stand out above like the crowd or what the mainstream music are looking for.
Yes, that makes sense. Yes. Now, in terms of the record you do produce, are you playing any instruments or adding any vocals to those records, or?
Well, it's very electronic. Everything is online. So, for instance, like we play the machine, and we'll play the instruments and the percussion through a machine from Native Instruments. So that's something that we do. Obviously, I always top line my songs before I bring a singer on. If it works with my vocal, I'll use my vocal. I had a track called Calling, and I was on that vocal. And then I did a track called Vapor, and I got my mate Tyler Newton. She's got some great tunes out at the moment. Got to go check her out. She vocals Vapor, and then this one, Who I Am, was Amy. And I think my fourth record's going to be a guy called Kai Soanes, and he's pretty awesome, and it's just so inspirational working with all these different artists. And I can imagine my stage shows when they go to stage, for us to all be on stage with like the sax man playing, get a violinist. I used to play violin, so that is something I think I want to take up again, because I haven't done it in years, and I was doing classic violin, and I really could incorporate that into my sets. So that's something I'm currently looking into. But when it comes to the stuff, I think it's only keys I'm really playing on my records. And doing the vocals. Yes.
All right. Well, it's nice to add those bits to the vocals. Not all producers do, but so it's nice to.
and like creating the track and making sure, like obviously writing the song as well. With the melody.
Yes, all right. That's great. Now, you mentioned the single out recently, Who I Am. Who was the Amy again that was singing on it?
Amy Cummins. So she is a singer who sang on some Basement Jaxx tracks, and she's worked with some other DJs as well.
Oh, right.
Her Instagram is @Amy AMI Carmen.
Yes. All right. That's great. I'll say
and
she's
she's awesome.
So I believe that track has just come out last week.
It did come out last week, yes.
That's great. So people can get that track now. Yeah, in terms of the best places to find out about your music, do you have one main website that all the links are on?
I do. I'm very active on Instagram.
Yes.
I think it's very difficult to be on so many mainstream sites. I haven't really popped onto the Snapchat or the Facebook stories yet.
Right.
So my main focus is Instagram.
All right.
But you can also get all my podcasts and stuff updated on soundcloud.com/Jayli Music.
Ah, right. Okay.
So I'll say that again.
That's great. Well,
soundcloud.com/Jayli Music, and I'm also on Mixcloud, and you can get me on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well through Jayli Music. And I also am the presenter for the Head Candy radio show.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, I didn't know about that. So when does that go out?
So that's every single week. We release a new episode every Friday.
Oh, right. Oh, we'll have to point our listeners towards that, certainly. And
definitely.
In terms of your podcast, what was the name of your podcast, people?
It's called Jagged Jungle.
Oh, right.
All J's. So Jayli presents Jagged Jungle, and it's an infusion of tropical house and tribal house.
All right. That's great. Well, thanks very much, Jayli, for speaking to us today. We've got a couple of things to do before we go. The first of which is we have a little quiz. It's very easy. It's a feature of the show called Favourite 10. Run through. So you ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready to go.
All right. Here we go. Favourite book?
Ooh, A Fault in Our Stars.
Favourite film?
The Notebook.
Favourite terrain, countryside or town?
Texel in Holland.
Okay. Favourite piece of technology?
My MacBook.
Favourite instrument?
The guitar.
Favourite type of tree?
Type of tree?
Yes.
Maple tree.
Favourite country?
Favourite country? I love Bali.
Favourite singer?
Oh my gosh, favourite singer? Whitney Houston.
Favourite type of fruit?
I love, oh my gosh, strawberries.
And favourite place to go on holiday?
Bali again, it's my favourite country and holiday.
Great. All right, great. Well, thanks, Jayli. That was a very good time. I think it was around 45 seconds. So, yeah, that's great. Right, very good time.
Wow. Okay, good. Hi, you're listening to Jayli on Camden Town Radio. Go check out my new single, Who I Am, Iris, by Amy Carmen. Keep rocking!
And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I can taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. And sooner or later it's over. I just don't wanna miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's meant to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. And I just want you to